Good afternoon to all. Welcome back to 7th Standard Social online class. Students, we are going to study a new lesson in history, unit number 3, Rise of Marathas and Peshwas. In this lesson, we are going to see some selected headings only. First, we will see the introduction. Rising power of the Marathas in the southwest, it posed a threat, a danger to the Mughal Empire. Shaji Bhonsle underlined he was a father of Shivaji. He was an officer of Ahmednagar and Bijapur. It proved to be a thorn in the flesh of the Mughal even in the period of Shah Jahan. But it was his son Shivaji. He attained the glory among the Marathas and he can stop the Mughal Empire expansion in the Deccan area. Shivaji was a gallant fighter, army general, and he was a famous guerrilla leader. He built up a band of brave mountaineers who were loyal to him. With their help, he captured many forts and gave a tough resistance to Aurangzeb commanders. As Marathas grew stronger, the Mughal Empire weakened. The Mughal emperor had to recognize the right of the Marathas to collect the tax, chout, in all over Deccan area. Warfare opened opportunities for talented commanders who contributed to the vigorous expansion of Maratha power early in the 18th century. The Prime Minister of Maratha rulers are called Peshwa. Note this one, important one word question. The Prime Minister post in Maratha Empire was called as Peshwa. From the time of Shahu, the Peshwa they held the real power. Under the aegis of Maratha power, the Peshwas continued their supremacy up to 1761. Now, what are the factors responsible for the rise of Marathas? Maratha kingdom. Now it is the Maharashtra state. Once upon a time it was called as Maratha Empire. Geographical features. The physical features of Maratha country developed a certain peculiar character among the Marathas. Geographically, this Maharashtra is fully surrounded by many mountains. So that geographical position it created some peculiar character among these people, which is distinguished from the other people of India. During the 16th century, the Sultan of Bijapur and Ahmednagar they selected Maratha to serve in their cavalry, that is horse army. Their presence was helpful to the Sultan in balancing the political ambition of Muslim soldiers in their service. So these Maratha soldiers they served under Sultan of Bijapur and Ahmednagar. The rocky and mountainous terrain gave protection to this Maratha Empire from foreign invaders, from outside invaders. It proved to be advantageous in guerrilla warfare for Marathas. The Maratha soldiers they were very famous in the tactics of guerrilla attack, that is sudden attack. And Bhakti movement and Marathas. The spread of Bhakti movement in Maharashtra, it helped the Maratha people to develop the feeling of the identity and oneness. So the Maratha people they began to think all the people are one, same. It promoted a feeling of unity, social equality among the Marathas. In the Maratha area, the religious leaders they came from different social groups, particularly Eknath, Tukaram, and Ramdas. They were noted Bhakti saints. Tukaram and Ramdas they considerably influenced the life of Shivaji and literature and language of the Marathas. Marathi language and literature it also served to develop unity among the Maratha people. Hymns means songs, composed in Marathi language by Bhakti saints were sung by the people of all castes and classes. Now we will see the important Maratha ruler Shivaji. Shivaji's father name was Shaji Bhonsle. Shivaji he was born in 1627 and he grew up under the care of his mother Jijabai. Note this one. Shivaji's mother name was Jijabai. Shivaji was full under his mother care. She told many stories from the epics of Hindu epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata Shivaji teacher and guardian Dadaji Gondadev. Note this one word. Shivaji's teacher and guardian Dadaji Gondadev. He gave training Shivaji in art of horse, warfare and state administration. At the age of 18 in 1645, he had just entered the military career and he successfully captured Gondwana. It was a fort near Pune. The following year, he took the fort of Torna. Then he captured Raigad, which was rebuilt by him. You see this is Ramdas and Dukaram, they were the saint. Saji Bhonsle, Shivaji's father, Jijabai, Shivaji mother. Shivaji confrontation with the Sultan of Bijapur. Shivaji became totally independent after the death of his guardian Gondadev. Up to this, he was under the control of his guardian Dadaji Gondadev. So after his death, he became totally independent ruler. He got his father's Zagir transferred to him, which was early looked after by Gondadev. The strength of his army was Mahabali foot soldiers. Note this one. The strength of the army was Mahabali foot soldiers. With their help, Shivaji conquered many hill forts near Pune. He captured Burandar from Mughals. Shivaji military raid angered the Sultan of Bijapur. The Sultan of Bijapur did not like the Shivaji military captures. He held Shivaji's father captive. He put into prison Shivaji's father and released him after Shivaji promised to stop his military raid. Shivaji kept his word and he remained at peace with the Bijapur of Sultan from then on till his father's death. During this period, he turned up his administration. That is, he take care of his administration. He did not take any military raid. Students, this is Maratha Empire under Shivaji. You see, this is a South India map. Pune, Rajgiri, Pratapgarh, Satara, these are the places captured by Shivaji. See this map. Now Shivaji consolidated his Maratha Empire. Shivaji continued his military raid after his father's death and he conquered Javali from the Maratha chiefs, Sandaro Moore. He also reduced all the Maratha chiefs around Pune to subdue the soldiers of Bijapur from the hill fortresses. They accepted by Sultan of Bijapur were driven out and replaced with his commander. These moves and defeat of Bijapur army sent to punish Shivaji alarmed the Mughal officials. When the Mughals made a punitive expedition, they sent an expedition to capture Shivaji. Shivaji boldly faced that struggle. In 1659, Shivaji killed Afzal Khan. He was a notable general of Bijapur Sultan. In 1663, Shivaji wounded and chased away the Mughal general and Aurangzeb's uncle Shaista Khan. To cap this bold act, he audaciously directed his soldiers to plunder Surat, the major Mughal port on the Arabian Sea. Now we will see the fight between Shivaji and Aurangzeb. After Shivaji plundered Surat, Aurangzeb he entered into the action. An army under the command of Rajput general Raja Jai Singh was ordered to destroy Shivaji and annex Bijapur. Shivaji finally sought peace. It resulted the fortresses he gave seized and he accepted the service as Mansabdar under Mughal service for the conquest of Bijapur. He also agreed to visit the imperial court at Agra on the advice of Raja Jai Singh, only to suffer humiliation, which led him to escape by hiding in a basket. So in Agra, Shivaji accepted to attend Mughal emperor, but he was humiliated. So and also he and his son were put into jail. Both were escaped by hiding in a basket. Aurangzeb was determined to stop the Maratha interference in his expeditions against in Deccan area. He attempted to batch up with Shivaji, but those efforts ended in failure. In 1670, the Mughal army was helpless. When Shivaji again he blundered Surat. 1674, Shivaji crowned himself by assuming the title, note this one, Chhatrapati. So Shivaji he himself assumed the title Chhatrapati. The coronation of Shivaji was celebrated with a great splendor at Raigad, as the occasion was the founding of a new kingdom and a new dynasty. Shivaji's aged mother Jijabai, who had lived to see her son crowned the king, she also passed away a few days after this coronation function, with her life was fulfilled. Shivaji spent his last year trying to bring his son Sambhuji, note this one, Shivaji's son Sambhuji, into his ways, as he had defeated to the Mughals. He fell ill with fever and dysentery, and finally he died in the year 1680. What is the meaning of Chhatrapati? Chhatra means parasol. Pati means master or lord. So it's a Sanskrit equivalent of king or emperor. So Chhatrapati means emperor, and was used by Marathas, especially by Shivaji. Now we will see Maratha administration under Shivaji. It will come for detail. In this lesson there is only one detail. You see this paragraph carefully. Shivaji's political system consists of three circles. At the center was the Swaraj. Center, it was a Swaraj. Shivaji was caring and would not allow the people to be harassed in any way. In the second circle, Shivaji claimed Susarnachi, but he did not administer them himself. He protected the people from loot and plunder. So Shivaji protected his people from the theft and plunder, for which they were required to pay a tax, chaut. Chaut means 1/4 of the revenue as protection money, and Chadesh Mugi. It is an extra 1/10 as the chieftain's due. In the third circle, Shivaji's only objective was plunder. Deshmukh held sway over rural area, and their control was over between 20 and 100 villages. Each village had a powerful headman called Patil. Each village headman was called Patil, and he was helped by a village accountant of a keeper of record, Kulkarni. In the absence of a strong central government, these local community level officials, they function as the true government. And Shivaji gave utmost attention to his army and training of his personnel. In the beginning, the backbone of his army was infantry. Note this one. In the beginning, the backbone of the army was infantry. But as his campaigns extended into the plains, his cavalry grew in size and importance. Every soldier was selected personally by Shivaji and was taken into service on the assurance of a soldiers already in service. Shivaji took great care in maintenance and security of his fort. Retired captain, they hold a high reputations, were put in charge of guarding the fort. Responsibility of the Ashtapradhan. Ashta means 8, Pradhan means ministers. Bandh Pradhan, Bishwa, it's a prime minister post. Amatya, Mazumdar, finance ministers. Surunavis or Sachiv, secretary. Vakwa Navis, interior minister. Sari Naubat, Senapati, commander-in-chief. Suman or Dubir, foreign minister. Nyayadis, chief justice. Pandit Rao, high priest. These are the 8 ministers, they adorn the court of the Shivaji. So after this is important we have completed. And Sambhuji, he was a son of Shivaji. Shivaji was succeeded by his son Sambhuji. After a succession tussle with Anoj Datu, there were family struggle splendering the Maratha kingdom. Durgadas of Ratur Marwar and Aurangzeb's rebels and Akbar they came in Maharashtra and took shelter in Sambhuji's court. Aurangzeb viewed this development very dangerous, and he took all out efforts to finish off Sambhuji. Marathas under Sambhajis were in no position to resist the Mughals. So after the death of Shivaji, there was no proper leader in Maratha Empire. Sambhaji was also weak and inefficient. He was not able to face the attack of Aurangzeb. So Aurangzeb himself arrived in Deccan in 1681. Aurangzeb's main goal was the annexation of Bijapur and Golconda. These two sultanates fell to Aurangzeb in the year 1687. In little over a year, Sambhaji was captured by the Mughals, and after giving a torture, he was put to death. Students, this is Sambhaji, the son of Shivaji. Up to this, we will complete the lesson. The remainings will come under the reduced syllabus. So, students, I have finished the portions for this term. The next class onwards, we will see the revision. Today I will give 1 word and 2 marks on detail. You copy in your classwork note and study well. Thank you.